Okay, so in this video, I'm going to teach you guys about function, if, conditional statements, and also about constant let variables. Okay, so in the last class, I'd given you an assignment about the if conditional statement. So I hope all of you know what an if conditional statement is by now. Okay, so we're going to use as a conditional statement in a function that we're going to shortly create. Okay, so I hope all of you know what a function is. So in case you don't know what a function is, I opened up the MDN's website for you guys. Okay, so a function is basically a small program which always executes a set of statements written within the function body and returns a value back to the function callee. Okay, so a function can take in arguments as well. Okay, and manipulate those arguments and return that argument. So this is how a function looks like. It starts with the keyword function, then an user defined function name. Okay, then within comma braces it can or cannot have arguments. Then within curly braces comes the function body, which performs a set of statements. Okay, so if you're still confused about what a function is, please refer this website or any other article on the web. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a function. Oh, I actually have the function copied in the clipboard, so let me paste it here. Okay, so I've created a function. Okay, I've called it as test func. Okay, and I've created three variables called x, y, and operation. Okay, for x and y, I've assigned it to a number, and operation I've assigned it to a string. Okay, so what this function is going to do is, using the if conditional statement, it's going to compare the operation variable to a variable that I have defined in the if statement. Okay, so it's going to see if operation is equal to sub or not. Okay, if it is equal to sub, it's going to return 5 plus 5. If it's not equal to sub, it's going to return 5 minus 5. Okay, so okay, one more thing I want you to notice is the single equal to and double equal to. A single equal to is an assignment operator. It assigns the value on the right hand side to the value to a variable on the left hand side, whereas a double equal to operator compares the value of the variable on the left hand side to a variable value on the right hand side. Okay, so this is the difference. So if I save this program and open up Chrome, okay, you can see 0 shows up. Okay, so basically what it does is it compares operation to sub. In this case, operation is not equal to sub. Okay, wait, let me change this code. It should be x plus y and x minus y. Okay, so what it does is, if it compares operation to sub, in this case operation is add, so it compares add to sub. So those both are not equal, so it subtracts x from y. So 5 minus 5 is 0. Okay, so I've console dot. So if you do not call the function anywhere in the program, you won't be able to see anything. Okay, so after declaring a function, you should always call the function. Okay, in this case I've called the function in here. Okay, so it comes in the console.log statement. So if operation is equal to add, okay, so you can see it adds up x plus y and returns it to the function callee that is in here. Okay, otherwise let me show you that how dynamic this function is. So in this case operation is equal to add, so it adds 7 plus 5. If it's not equal to add, then it subtracts 7 minus 5 and returns 2. Okay, so this is what a function and a if conditional statement is. So next, okay, let me teach you about var, const, and let. Okay, so a var variable, let me create a variable called test var. Then let me create a let variable called test let, and let me create a const variable called test const. Okay, and let me assign these to some strings. Okay, okay, and let me use console.log to print all the statements in the console. Okay, and in the console.log statements, let me view those variables which I've created. Okay, so when I save this, you can see 1, 2, 3 showing up. Okay, so if I create another variable called as test var, no, let me reassign that variable first. Okay, so if I reassign this variable to 2, then you can see 2 is showing up and not 1 because I've reassigned test var to 2. Okay, but if I redeclare this variable again, okay, you can see still 2 is showing up. But the thing that I want you to notice is var is not very friendly. Okay, so it causes a lot of confusion. So in this case, I've created one, and uh, in this case, I've assigned it to. Okay, so if in a function body I create a variable with the same name, then without realizing, then I could have redeclared it. Okay, without my knowledge. But in let and const, that's not possible. So if I try to create redeclare test let to say 3, you can see the program clearly didn't work and Babel throw throwed an error. Okay, so we cannot redeclare any variable using let and const. Okay, but we can always reassign let variables. Okay, so you can see 3 showing up. Okay, but the const variable is not showing up. Okay, so the difference between var, let, and const is var can be redeclared and reassigned. Let can be only reassigned, and const cannot be redeclared or reassigned. So const is a very solid option. So whenever you create a variable, use const. And in case you wish to reassign the variable later in the program, you can change it to let. But var is obsolete. Okay, so I don't think there is any advantage of using var. So from now I prefer if you guys use let and const only. Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to teach you guys about let and const is, okay, so if I print a console.log statement in here, okay, and if I try uh, displaying x that is equal to 7, you can say you see that uncaught reference error, x is not defined, because a variable is always um, scoped within a function. I'm sorry, a variable that's declared inside a function body cannot be accessed outside the function body. Okay, neither can let and const. So if I change it to let, and if I save it, still I'm going to get the same error. Or even if I change it to const, going to get the same thing. So neither can var, let, and const be declared that are declared inside the function be accessed outside a function. Okay.